Okay, so what's up, everyone? This is Forex Guy GH, Forever in Profits. Welcome to our weekly breakdown. We'll be looking at our top three pairs that we'll be trading for the week, right? So this is the second week in June. We have some economic news coming up as well, so you can be checking forexfactory.com if for you to confirm the news or import major news that will be coming up that will be affecting the market, right? Especially the dollar. So, first of all, we start off with checking what is happening on our favorite time frame, right? That is the monthly time frame. So, gold or ZAO, XAUUSD has always been bullish, as you can all see, since you know it's been just been going up, increasing in prices, making new all-time high almost every month. Apart from the previous 2 months, is kind of like in the consolidation, right? But gold is still very bullish unless we have a massive change in structure that tells us dollar is strong, and then it will what? It's gonna like probably. So I would like to see. I'll majorly be looking for sales when I see a breaking structure here, then price I'll ride it to the down. That is me being what? Probably an investor or someone who wants to trade and hold gold for a long time, right? If I want to sell, I would like to see a break. This might take months to happen, which is fine. All right, that is me being a position trader or an investor, right? I want to hold trade for a long time, okay? But that will take time. So still bullish on gold on a monthly time frame. So let's mark out some key levels for the week. So looking at this high here, right? It's a probably place where we have liquidity, and also this low, and let's mark out this low here. That is the low of May, right? There are places where gold can come and tap, sweep, and then push back up, right? There's high probability for that happening. So switching to the weekly time frame, so let's adjust this here. Let's make this here. So now when we check on the weekly, it's like we are in a form of a consolidation, because it's like there's a tug of war between buyers and sellers. So when you mark this from, let's say, this high all the way here, right? It's like golden some form of consolidation. Price is not having prior direction, but we already know at the back of our mind that we are bullish. So what we want to look for is a breakout of some sort, or a sweep of liquidity, and then price going higher, right? But if even inside of this consolidation, right? Let's go to the daily time frame. You see something. We've had some sweeps of liquidity, right? So for those who like trading support and resistance, this when something like this happens, it's a good opportunity to be looking for more of buying than like selling as well, right? So we call something turtle soup. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Has anyone heard about turtle soup?
No, no, I don't think
Okay,
no.
okay. Yes, I know it. Okay. So turtle soup basically liquidity, right? So when we talk about liquidity, right, the market basically looks or seeks for liquidity, okay? And liquidity is like it's moving from 1 point of it taking positions and then going in the opposite direction. Okay, so when we check at this place here, there is a low that was formed, there is a low that was formed. So this low and this low is what relatively equal, and then we'll see that as a what, a double bottom, right? But then the market will come and sweep below it, because people will probably be buying and putting their stop loss below those lows, right? It will deep dive into it, right? And then take out all those who were what, buying early out, and then go and then now push price was higher, right? That's liquidity or turtle soup. Okay. So You can mark out this relatively equal lows, this and this. See how it just chop that low, right? And then I like to use a basket. Where is my basket? To mark out those lows as my um liquidity levels. Stickers or icons. So the basket is here. Yeah, it's too big. Right. I use a basket because it's like a gift to the market, right? It takes it out, then it distributes. So take out double bottom, right? I'm gonna show you in the subsequent lesson, right? You're going to understand what liquidity is, where to locate liquidity. I actually have a YouTube I've made a video about this on my YouTube channel. You can check it out, right? How to find liquidity and all that, right? So you can go check it out. So here we have this low being swept out, changing market structure now, pushing to the upside, right? So when we break down, this is a daily time frame, okay? We have also this high here, which has a potential of being tapped in probably this week or the next, right? Then this is just really looking at good, right? I think this breakdown we're just gonna focus on good, okay, for this particular session. Monday evening will be a bit hot because I'll be breaking down the rest of pairs that I'll be trading, right? BTC, Euro USD, Nasdaq as well. But for tonight, let's just look at gold, okay? So I've also noticed that gold has been making always good respect trend lines, always. So for those who trade gold, right, let's go to 4 hour time frame. So we've had this trend line, right? This side has been broken out, right? Can be very tricky, right? And then last Friday before NFP, I had a good sell opportunity on go to the downside, and I did made a few pips, right, of me selling it to the downside. But when you look at this trend line trading, so for those who like to trade trend line, anytime you connect, you know, price levels on a trend line, when they test it, you look for confirmation on that trend line to, buy to the upside or sell to the downside, depending on the direction. But without the confirmation, don't enter the trade. Don't enter any buying or selling, regardless. You need to have a confirmation. And that confirmation is a candle. The candle needs to pop up to tell you that now buyers have come in. Or you need to find liquidity being swept, breaking market structure and all that, right? We talk a lot of confluences come into play, right? You don't just come into the market and hop on to, just do anything I want to do. Okay. So go this week, we have a breakout of this trend line. So what we like to say is once it's broken out, we want to see it test it and then come to the downside. That's one scenario we're looking at. And once this happens, right, I would like to see it taking out um this liquidity down there before price pushing in market structure then go to the upside, or if you want to push further down, right? So you need to consider all scenarios that can happen. So a break, retest, comes here, sweeps below, comes in, test here, break structure, comes back, then I'll ride it to the upside. If this thing happens, trust me, I'll go hard on it. This structure, if this thing should happen this week, I'll go hard on it. So take note of this, right? Market breaking out this trend, testing here, comes down, take out liquidity here. So let's mark this place, right? So there is a liquidity here, and this trend line also is also somehow like a liquidity level, right? And then Now, what's gonna happen is we have this high here, potential liquidity place, and then here, when it breaks, it's gonna make new what? Higher highs or all-time highs, which is probable, right? Or we're gonna have this scenario panning out, right? Or we'll have this happening at the end of the week or prior to the end of the month, right? So look out for this. So we have this scenario of gold dropping. Even it can even come here as well. So trading, you need to consider a lot of probabilities. A lot of things can happen. Yes, you know the direction of the markets, but you need to consider things that are happening, in price and economic events. Dollar can just decide to be so strong, excuse me, and then gold will just flip to the downside, just like that. But overall, anytime it drops, it's still gonna kick back up. It's still gonna kick back up. So it's good to be on the buying side of things for gold. All right, I hope this makes sense to everyone. So another scenario, right, that can take place is when price decides to debunk. Price decides to debunk, the trend line, and then just dab in here. All you need is a confirmation. So this is an order block, right? So what we want to see is price coming in, tap in, give us a confirmation or some sort of a breakout in market structure, probably on the 1 hour time frame. Mind you, this analysis is being done what on the 4 hour time frame. So you can break it down to what the 1 hour time frame to have clearer confirmation. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, this is what we have. So if let me redirect this, we see this on gold for the week, right? Now we have an impulse leg, it breathes small, made a lower high, lower low, and it taps into this other block, right? And we have markets having that kind of breaking structure, right? All we're gonna do is ride it to the upside. So this is what we're looking for on gold to buy if it should happen here, right? So you always need to have that confirmation of it happening, right? So if we have um a BOS forming, so let me highlight this, bring this up. Someone wants to join the meeting, person has left. Perfect. So let me close this. So if you should have this drop, comes back, comes into the other block, comes changing the structure or break of market structure, retest, sweet swing trade for the week. So long position, right? Stop loss will be right under the other block. You ride it all the way up here. Ride it all the way up there for the week. And this will make about let's see, price range. Just a second. About 860 pips. So 860 pips with 0.01 lot size, that is $86. With 0.02 lot size, that is 160 something dollars. With everything 0.01. So probably you can risk, like, if you have a small account, uh depending, $100 account, $50 account, you can risk probably your risk is gonna be let's measure here to here. So you are risking like 57, right? Uh 57 to make 860. That's a lot, right? That's crazy. So all you have to do is what? Wait for price to pan out. It's just Sunday evening, market has opened, it's moving. So all you have to do is wait for Monday, you wait for either London session, New York session, it can happen, right? Prior to that. So this is what I'm looking out for good during the week. Um, does anyone have any question? Any question?
Not really. I don't know whether it's because I'm not really familiar with the trading view, or I don't
Oh,
know. Like it's like I don't really get a lot of the concepts, but
yeah, yeah.
I get what you're saying though. But I don't really understand what's going on well
You,
because
yeah.
no, I don't really know the trading view. Like I'm not really familiar with it,
You're not
and
familiar with
most of
trading
the
view.
oh most of the concepts are a bit new, like the BOS and
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
Yeah,
I get
so
it.
maybe I have
Well,
to.
yeah. So
Oh,
this
the
is
BOS is break of strata.
yeah, Baker market structure, right? So or MSS market structure shapes, similar thing, right? But I'm doing this breakdown for my entire community. It's not for beginners. The
Oh,
breakdown is
okay,
not for beginners or those I'm teaching. So it will sound a bit off for some people. But I'm gonna teach this with you guys. I'm gonna teach this thing for free in the coming week, right? As we'll be having our
sure,
lessons,
sure,
our private lessons and everything, right? So I'll be teaching
sure.
you changes market structure, break of structure, finding liquidity, how to trade with a trend line, how to time your trades and all that, right? So
Yeah,
I'm, I'm just teaching this. I'm analyzing for the week. This is my weekly forecast on good.
okay, okay.
I'm not teaching anything here. I'm forecasting. So as
Oh,
you can see, that's why I'm
oh,
putting in all like um buy positions, telling you the scenarios that I'm looking out for that can pan out on good for the week. Right.
okay.
So it's me
Yeah,
sharing my analysis with you guys before
okay.
anything happens for the week. Do you get me?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, great. So our lesson will continue, all right, during the week, starting from tomorrow. We'll have our private lesson, and then I just noticed most of you are up around this time, so we'll use this time to do the lessons. But I'll be communicating with you during the day as well to be sharing some tips and stuff that will be happening. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So without much ado, stop recording. All right, so thank you guys for joining. This is my weekly forecast. Once again, forever in profit. Thank you for joining. I'm out.